Hey guys, so today I'm going to speak to you about a movement known as the German hang. Don't ask me why it's called that. This is actually a progression onto another movement known as skin the cat. Now both these movements, they have two things in common. They both take the shoulders or the arms into extension, another way of saying arms behind us, and into internal rotation position, another way of saying the shoulders roll in. Now both these, extension and internal rotation, are positions that most adults don't often get into. Okay, so this movement exposes these two positions. This is what it looks like. So to get into it, boom, I'll walk through. Okay, I'm going to come down. Now you can see the arms are kind of above my head, but they're behind me. My shoulders are rolled in. Okay, now the full movement, actual German hang, is my ability to be stable. Okay, another way of saying strong and stable at the shoulders. Okay, and then being able to have my feet off. Okay, so this position where I can lower and hang out, this is known as the German hang. Now, as I mentioned before, this is a position that most adults don't go into, not just in the rings, just generally speaking. So we need to progressively overload this, meaning we need to gently, okay, give the body the time and space it needs to adapt at a rate that's going to allow me to hang on to the whole body weight. So these are the progressions that we often teach our tribe or take them through. So, palms down, we'll walk through. The first thing is this, okay? I'm going to be on my feet, but almost on my feet. Because as I get my bum down towards my heels, okay, that's how I sink into this position called passive, meaning I'm fairly relaxed here. My shoulders aren't really working, most of my weight's on the legs. The active position would be opposite. I'm going to look to turn my shoulders, okay, hide my armpits and get my bum up in the air. Passive would be, again, sinking down towards the ground. Active would be me coming up towards the ceiling with my backside. Okay, so I'm just gonna basically cycle through this active-passive motion. Now, as you can see, my shoulders are rolling in and out. Okay, my feet being on the ground allows me to dictate the dosage, the intensity of the movement. Okay, meaning if I'm using my legs too much, okay, I'm not going to feel it on my arms as much. Of course, if my legs are super light, my feet are super light on the ground, that means most of my loading is through the shoulders. And this is just a great way to get into these tissues, okay, down the arms, your biceps, your shoulder structures, and so on, at a rate that's appropriate for the person in front of us, right? Now, what we ideally then kind of move people onto is basically being able to slowly and gradually find where their current active position is. So what that means is this. Come through the same thing, okay, we're passive, we're going to go to active, we're going to see how high do they need to get into for them to be able to move, lift their feet up off the ground. Now they will often hold us for prescribed time. We start people with 5 seconds, build them up to 10, then 15 seconds. Okay, now notice this. What I intend with German hang is, okay, as I get into this active state, so let's say if I am strong here, gradually over time I want to be able to work new range of motion. As I get more confident, I can load my whole body at a new range of motion. My ability to drop my hips under the rings dictates how much, okay, my shoulders get into extension and internal rotation. So this is a gradual process. The thing here is we get to look at shoulders in a position that we often don't get to. We get to build our shoulders in a way that they can be strong, resilient, and this will then kind of build or help us build towards more complex movements down the line. That's our German hang.